Take ye this cup and drink of it, the blood that I shed for thee. Take ye this cup and take a sip in remembrance of me. Take ye this bread and eat of it, remembering as you do. This is my body, it's the gift that was broken for you. Take ye this cup and drink of it, remembering as you do. It's blood of a brand new covenant poured out for you. And you take ye this cup and take a sip. Take ye this cup and drink of it. Do this always in remembrance of me.
Hello again, J-Spot peeps, and welcome back to the J-Spot. I am your host, Mr. J. And for those of you who have subscribed thus far, thank you so much. We really do appreciate your support. And for those of you who are stopping by for the first time, welcome. And if you enjoy this content, make sure you subscribe. Give us a like, share it with your family and friends, and make sure you hit that notification bell. In today's video, I am going to discuss our confidence in God as a parent, and it's titled Rested Assurance. The word rest in the Bible, apart from the ordinary meanings we attach to it, also refers to peace of spirit and freedom from oppression from the enemy. No doubt that for most of us, the most familiar scriptures containing the word or some variances of the word are Genesis chapter 2, verses 2 and 3, which tells us of God resting on the seventh day from all his works. And then there's Matthew 11:28, which beckons us to come into Christ to find the rest that he, Christ, offers. Within these two scriptures, we find different applications, however. The first in Genesis describes resting from work, and the second in Matthew describes rest as in peace of spirit. Also, in Exodus 33:14, God responds to Moses' request that he, God, accompany the Israelites on their journey by saying, "My presence will go with you and I will give you rest." A reference to freedom from oppression by the enemy. And for those who insist that God does not, this is one of the first examples of God changing his mind concerning our situation. I am going to focus on Genesis 2, chapter 2, verses 2 and 3, which says, "By the seventh day, God had finished the work he had been doing. So on the seventh day, he rested from all his work. Then God blessed the seventh day and made it holy, because on the seventh day, God rested from all the work of creating that he had done." Now, take a moment and think about what this scripture implies. For us to gain some clarity, we must first ask ourselves, from what is God resting? Well, the answer is right there in the scripture where it says, from all the work of creating that he had done. God ceased from all his works regarding creating, but not from his works regarding creation. In other words, God never stopped parenting or looking after his creation. We often take for granted that because of predestination, that the God we serve is not malleable in any sense, and that we are not in any position to petition God to change his mind concerning our situations. However, nothing could be farther from the truth. God is the perfect Father who loves his children and has no desire to punish us or to see any of us suffer. Who could forget this scripture in Luke 11:11? If a son shall ask bread of any of you that is a father, will he give him a stone? Or if he ask a fish, will he for a fish give him a serpent? God tells us that we can petition him to change his mind concerning us. In addition, Isaiah 45:11 states, "Thus saith the Lord, the Holy One of Israel and his Maker, ask me of things to come concerning my sons, and concerning the work of my hands, command ye me." Did you get that? Command ye me. God is saying, tell me what it is you want me to do. The caveat here is that it has to align with his will. It has to be something within the will of God that will not take you and lead you astray from his blessings and his coverings and what he would have you do. And I continue, perhaps even more telling is the scripture where Abraham petitions God to spare the city of Sodom if Abraham found 10 righteous souls and not the 50 whom God first agreed would be the number. Genesis chapter 18, verses 22 through 33. The most evident scripture that exhibits God's willingness to protect us despite his anger toward us is revealed in Exodus 33, verses 1 through 14, when God refuses to go with Moses because he desires to slay the Israelites because of their sin, but ultimately relents after Moses pleads with God for mercy. We find a joy throughout these scriptures in knowing that we serve that same loving and merciful God, unchangeable, in whom we find no shadow of turning, only liberty. Yes, brothers and sisters, we find rested assurance with a Father who loves his children, his creation, a Father who invites us to enter into his rest, where we find freedom from the enemy's oppression, rest from our own works, and more importantly, peace of spirit. Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, and if there be any praise, think on these things. Those things which you have both learned and received, and heard, and seen in me, do. And the God of peace shall be with you. Philippians 4, verses 8 through 9. Thank you once again, J-Spot peeps, for spending some of your valuable time here with me in the J-Spot. And don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and drop a comment. We would love to have our subscriptions up to 500 before the end of the month, and we're almost there. And make sure that you come back to see me, because we have a lot more discovering to do and a lot more purpose to pursue. In the meantime, peace.